everybody, I'm Quinn.
And I'm Scott. Welcome to the Almost Friday show for April 15th, 2010.
And off the press this week, we're going to talk about some sort of crazy Japanese thing again. They've decided to make a restaurant out of Gundam. I don't even know what that means.
Is it for Gundams?
It could be. I wouldn't be surprised.
Because I would totally go to a place where Gundams have to eat.
Yeah, but then you'd be trying to get your food, and they'd be like, you'd have to dodge them because they'd try to step on you because they're like 144 feet tall or something.
I'm okay with it. It's a challenge.
Apparently, they're going to have food that's scale replica of the thing. I don't know how you eat food that is a scale replica of a mech suit.
With an axe.
Yeah, something crazy like that.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. From the gutters, we're doing a lightning round this week. We're doing 6 comics in as many minutes. Sam's got 3, Dave's got 3.
Should be entertaining.
Should be good.
Or at the very least, fast-paced.
It'll be quick, if not good.
What probably won't be quick, because we're notorious for this, is our talk about the new Microsoft kin, which was the Microsoft Pink.
Yes, so that was that super secret, awesome Microsoft super elated wave event thing we talked about a couple. Yeah. So yeah, we know what it is now. So we're going to tell you about the Microsoft kin.
And what it might mean to you as cell phone users.
Then we're going behind the lens, and we're going a little video camera action this week.
We're gonna have the first Almost Friday showdown.
Dun, dun, dun.
We're pitting the Canon and Panasonic top-end consumer HD cameras against each other. See who comes out winning. And in Lull of the Week this week...
Hey, we're bringing on some Canadian content. We're taking a little video from our friends at Loading Ready Run, Vancouver. You're going to learn Victoria, apparently. Thank you, Sam. We're going to learn how to be son of a bitch in 3 easy steps.
Before that happens, Sean's going to talk about some crazy robots that want to go to space. What are they going to do next?
Send monkeys back to space to fix the robots?
Oh, God.
It's the only way.
It's going to be a monkey space robot colonization, and we'll just... Damn you!
All right, well, before that ever gets off the ground, we're going to go ahead and take a look at...
Off the press.
Thank you.
Hey everyone, welcome to Off the Press. Before we start this week, we just want to let you guys know that we are live in front of a real internet audience. If you want to watch us live, we usually stream Thursdays starting at 9-ish. Not 8 would be very optimistic, so 9. The link is down there. It's almostfridayshow.com/stream. Come watch us. We're fun. It's kind of offensive. It's entertaining at least. You can hear the peanut gallery. You can watch our unedited goodness.
Yeah.
Good times. All right, so kicking things off and off the press this week is Joss Whedon. Everyone likes Joss Whedon.
Yeah.
So the internet broke in half yesterday as everyone found out that Joss Whedon is to be directing the new Avengers movie. Set to come out May 2012.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Actually,
like I was saying to Sam, I was worried because I read the webcomic. Apple Geeks, read it if you don't. It's pretty good. They mentioned this as well, and they have the same worry that I do, and that is that the movie is going to be too good, it will get canceled halfway before it's even finished because the critics and everyone else is going to look at it and go, no, this is too good. Joss Whedon? No. Firefly? Too good.
No.
Canceled?
No, it's not going to get canceled. It's not being done with Fox. It's being done with the Marvel Studios.
Oh.
So this isn't Joss Whedon's first collaboration with Marvel. A couple years ago, he did The Astonishing X-Men, and he also did the second run of Runaways. That's a book I kind of really enjoyed. And this, Joss Whedon's known for his TV shows that are mostly team-based, or an ensemble cast, like Firefly. Kind of less Buffy, but so I think it'd be a pretty good fit for Avengers, but we can't really judge it until Thor and Captain America come out next year. Curse you. You gonna be okay there, Sean?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out right now if there's any way that we can kind of fast forward to that time because I really want to see the Avengers movie.
Quickly,
especially now that we know that Joss Whedon's going to be doing it.
So speaking of jumping ahead in time,
yeah,
Japan, they're pretty far advanced, and they love giant robots and food.
Do they finally build them?
They've already built 2.
Yeah, but I mean, are they moving?
Oh, not yet, no. But speaking of Gundams now, in Tokyo on April 24th, a Gundam cafe, like the official Gundam cafe, will open. It's not really a cafe for Gundams.
Okay.
It's a Gundam-themed cafe, serving like coffee and cafe-y type
I
food.
was gonna say, so what's really the purpose behind it? Like, what's the?
I don't know. I kind of have the feel there's like in the news post that I read, there wasn't very much information about it. All I can kind of gather is it would be like a toy store with a cafe in it,
Oh,
or a
okay.
cafe with some toys in it. There's really nothing that like
Get one free Gundam with 2 coffees.
sweet. Like it's kind of cool because it's like a themed restaurant, but it's kind of lame because it's a themed restaurant.
Yeah. Although you get to dine and drink coffee with all your favorite characters.
And maybe get crushed by a couple Gundams while you're at it.
Well, the collateral damage.
Minor details, really.
Maybe the whole thing's a Gundam. Maybe it's just like, yeah. Yeah.
No, my coffee! And now, bringing things back over to North America is South Park. You're kind of a fan?
No,
No?
not a huge fan, but every now and then it's good.
Are you a fan of Avenue Q?
Definitely.
Awesome. So the creators of South Park, Matt Stone and Trey Parker, have teamed up with Robert Lopez of Avenue Q to write
boy.
a musical, and this is where it gets kind of funny. It's called The Book of Mormon, and I'm just going to read straight from the website here. It's the story follows 2 young Mormon missionaries who set out to fix the world, specifically Uganda, during a violent civil conflict, and soon realize they have no idea what they're getting into.
So be prepared for a lot of fun, a lot of
Offensive,
laughs,
yeah.
very offensive content.
I'm feeling kind of optimistic about this being a really funny musical, just because the way Avenue Q, I think the humor involved in South Park and Avenue Q, they kind of
Yeah,
mesh together.
I could see that. The only thing is, though, considering how Trey Parker and just considering how they do things, it could get out of hand real quick.
Oh, obviously.
I mean, Avenue Q stayed within, believe it or not, a tasteful realm.
Yeah. Well,
but-
Matt Stone and Trey Parker actually have experience not only writing the South Park, like most of the songs in South Park,
True.
but before they did South Park, they did a musical called Cannibal the Musical. I haven't actually seen it, but I've
was gonna
heard
say
it
I
was
had, yeah.
hilarious.
I've yet to actually see it too.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. I'm going to try to get my hands on it. So this musical is supposed to be opening March of next year. I will try to go out and see it. See what happens.
Give you a full report.
Full report coming next year, maybe. And that's it for Off the Press. Right now we're heading over to me and Dave in our lightning round.
Welcome to From the Gutters. I'm Dave.
I'm Sam.
I'm the timer.
Today we're going to be doing a lightning round. The rules for lightning round are 30 seconds to evaluate, at which point you'll be asked to give a mark or a score for your comic book, and then it's on to the next one whether you're done evaluating the comic or not. All right, you ready?
Yep.
Mr. Timer, do you have your timer ready?
We are ready.
All right, I'll be opening this session with... Do we start?
3, 2, 1.
All right, we have Brightest Day, number 0. This is the follow-up story to Darkest Night, Blackest Night, the miniseries that just ended, written by Jeff Johns. This one is written by Jeff Johns, Peter J. Tomasi, and is illustrated by Fernando Pasarin, and it is a decent book. It deals with the circumstances that ended up as what happened at the end of Blackest Night was that a whole bunch of people came back to life. I'm sorry, spoiler. My apologies for those who haven't seen
The
it.
book's been out for like 6 months. Don't worry about it.
Thank you. This is my 30 seconds, Sam. And damn it, it's 35 already.
You're at 40.
Fuck. Okay, it gets the art and writing are good. I give it a B.
Nice.
Go.
Okay, so I'm doing Thor and the Warriors 4, written by Alex Zalbin and illustrated by Giri Hiru. It's all one word. I have no idea. Okay, the premise is a power pack are trying to track down Thor because they're like, oh, dude, Thor's real. I read it in this book. And they're like, no, he's not. And then so halfway through this, they meet up with the Pet Avengers featuring Frog Thor.
I do like the Pet Avengers.
Me too. And then they end up in Asgard. The art's really awesome. The story is power-packed. Not much to say about this. I really like this. I'm giving it an A-.
Ooh, well done.
Und begin.
Halcyon. This is number 1, written and illustrated by Lucas Marangon, published by Dark Horse Comics. This is a book that really wants to be Appleseed and Akira. The writing in this first issue gives a very English translation anime feel. By that I mean, main character gets dropped off on a planet with a great suddenness, becomes a target in a revolution that has apparently been going on for some time.
5 seconds.
But main character lives done. No other reason than wrong place, wrong time. Main word bubbles, relevant story. Damn it! At any rate, it's very anime. It feels very anime. I did enjoy it. I am not blown away by it. I will be following the rest of the series, though. And this ultimately does get, because of some of the awkwardness of the writing, I'm going to give it a C+.
Cool. Und begin.
Guardians of the Galaxy, number 24, written by Abnett and Lanning, the awesome writing duo, illustrated by Wes Craig. So this kind of just moves the plot along from the last story. A bunch of the dead Guardians of the Galaxy are breaking out of some weird prison thing on some planet. If you're not reading Guardians of the Galaxy, it's kind of really confusing. And this gets about the series.
25 seconds.
Shut up. About the series, it's kind of confusing if you're not reading big chunks of it at a time.
50 seconds.
Overall, I like the kind of cartoony style of art that this book alternates from. The story is really getting moved along in this, so there's not really much to say about this, because this is kind of a moving the story along issue. There's not much happening in it, so a B-ish. Still like the series, though.
All right.
Und begin.
Kill Shakespeare. Ba-ba-ba. It is there are different covers for this one, so if you don't see that cover, there is a different cover with a hand that has a quill. All right, Kill Shakespeare, written by Connor McCreary and Anthony Delcole, illustrated by Andy Belanger, published by IDW. Hamlet is fleeing Denmark, but a series of misfortunes takes him to the castle of a ruler who deals in magics and wants Hamlet to kill Shakespeare. Damn it! Very intriguing premise and well-executed early modern English. The art is competent, but the visuals show good knowledge in panel construction as well as visual storytelling. Details of buildings and settings feel right for the era, i.e. I think it's well-researched visually. Final mark, B-. Definitely following that series.
Und go. Final comic.
Turf number 1, written by TV personality Jonathan Ross, illustrated by Tommy Lee Edwards, a legendary. This is kind of a noir. It's a noir book with vampires and aliens. It's a mob.
Done.
Done. The art works. The story moves along. There's lots of word. It's really wordy, but it doesn't feel heavy. Like, it works for the style of the book. Overall, I really like this. It's a good introductory issue.
Oh, 30.
Oh, Muffin. I'm going to finish it. I'm going to finish it because I really like this book.
Okay.
It's a really good number 1, except there's like 2 pages of the alien, and it's really jarring. Like, it's really jarring when I flip the page. Because, like, 1 minute you're going from something
Spoiler,
really...
by the way.
No, not really. Something really
Okay.
gritty, like, there's like not much colors here, and then you flip the page over, and it's like bright explosions and space battles. I'm like, what the hell? Did I like staple another page in this? But overall, I really like this. It works.
Minute 3.
It's minute 1, Sean. Overall, I really like this. It works. So far, an A. I'm probably going to keep reviewing these as I read them. Spoiler alert.
Well done. Pick of the week. Pick of the week.
Pick
Gotta
of the
be
week.
Turf.
Gotta
My
be
pick, Kill Shakespeare.
Sweet.
Well done. All right, so lightning round didn't exactly work out the way we thought it
No, it was
would.
pretty lightning.
However, it was messy. Thank you for your help this week, sir.
Good job, Timer.
problem.
And that is it from the gutters.
Next week we bring the thunder. So starting off this week in Tech Insight, we're going to talk about the new Microsoft Kin, aka what was the Microsoft Pink.
Which was more or less fully leaked.
Yeah, And we all really knew about it. I think the only thing that was up in the air was the operating system. And to be completely honest, it's really the only thing to talk about in this phone because the specs of the phone itself are
nothing spectacular.
The only thing it's really got going spec-wise is apparently a very good camera with flash. That's really what they're emphasizing, is that it's got a good camera. Otherwise, they don't really care about RAM or processor speed.
Because they're not aiming it at the smartphone crowd.
This is the phone for Sidekick users. That is what it's for. The main premise of the Kin operating system is to bring all of your social networks and media and everything together. So
that's Facebook, your Twitter, your
MySpace, RSS feeds that you follow, everything like that. So if you read Engadget and use Twitter and use Facebook and really only care about wanting to get that on your phone, and let's be honest, there's a lot of people that really do. I mean, originally we all kind of sat down and said it's stupid because it doesn't do a whole lot of stuff, and then when we really started to reflect on the market it's designed for, there's a lot of people that market covers.
Because we're all smartphone people, and especially us three are going to be people who use it for that next level thing, like we're using VNC on our phones.
Yeah, exactly.
We're the kind of people who are going to go out and jailbreak the phones. We're looking for the new features. As stuff comes out, we're going to try it out. But realistically, what do you use your smartphone most for?
Yeah, I mean, even if we think about Dave, Dave uses his phone mostly to browse the internet, talk on Facebook and Twitter, and that's really about the extent of it. So it's a good phone for someone like him.
Yeah.
Or play chess.
Or play chess, yes.
Right. But realistically, even myself, most of the time when I break out my phone, it's going to be, okay, Twitter. Okay, I'm done Twitter, Facebook. Okay, I'm done Facebook, phone back in pocket.
I just recently joined the smartphone demographic, and really that's what I do too. I pop up Twitter. I pop up. I don't do Facebook, but I just mostly paying attention to Twitter and in my.
But realistically, this packages all that in a much more simpler. I don't want to say niche, but it's an interface geared.
It's very easy to navigate, and it's very easy to quickly get at that information. I mean, the idea is that you flip open the page, and on the front screen, you get basically the feed from all of your friends and the pages and stuff that you watch. They have this great thing that they call the Kin Spot. Basically,
it's that little button.
Yeah, more or less. You can see in the picture here on the one where it's open, there's a little green button in the middle. What you do is you drag content, whether it be contacts or videos or pictures or websites or links or anything. You drag it into that little spot, and you can drag multiple things into that spot at one time, and then mass send out whatever information you put into that into
all your networks,
to other networks, to people, by email, everything like that. So if you've taken a really funny photo at a party or something like that, and you want to share it on Facebook and with 3 friends and email it to someone, you can do it all from dragging into that button.
Very cool.
It looks like a very easy interface.
Yeah, the other big thing that they're emphasizing is that every time you plug it in, it backs up and syncs it to the web.
So it's all cloud-based.
Now that's coming from, like you said, Sidekick. This is literally made by the people who made Sidekick.
Yeah.
It's a company called Danger. Microsoft actually acquired them last year. So this has been in the pipes for a little while. Microsoft obviously added some significant work to it.
So we're talking all cloud then.
But
really.
yeah, everything's cloud synced, which is exactly how the Sidekick worked. Now there were some problems with that,
but I think they really worked on refining that software.
No, yeah, definitely, and the company's had some experience doing it, so it's not like Microsoft's coming out of nowhere and doing a phone cloud sync. The Danger company that made this before has tons of it, so it's a really good feature. It should be stable.
They call it Kin Studio, and basically what it does is it takes your contacts, it takes your SMS messages, takes your emails, takes your photos, videos, everything, and uploads it to the net. And you can go to kin.com, you can log into your studio, and basically you can look at all your threaded messages, you can look at your emails, you can see all your contacts and photos and videos, and you can actually, there's basically a horizontal slider that goes across the screen that breaks it down by day. So if you're like, I know last week I was at this party, you can bounce back to that day, and it'll show you the pictures and videos and the contacts and the SMSs from that day.
Which is a really unique feature for a phone.
That is really unique.
So they're kind of touting that the space on the phone is really irrelevant because they figure everything's going to upload it to the cloud, and I think at some point it'll probably just start knocking things out as it needs to fill more space is what they're getting at. I believe it comes with 4 gigabytes memory though. I think
that sounds
right, if I remember correctly. So the photo we got up on the screen right now is the Kin 2. There's 2 versions that they came out with, the Kin 1 and the Kin 2. The Kin 2 is a horizontal phone, much like the iPhone or an Android or anything.
It's very similar, more like a smartphone. The Kin 1 was the one we showed earlier. There's the Kin 1 there. Kind of like a smaller...
It's sort of like the Motorola
size.
Pebble or that new BlackBerry that's smaller, except it doesn't flip, it slides.
Yeah.
What's interesting to note is that as far as we can tell, the hardware specifications on both these phones are identical. So really they're just selling 2 different phones that look different.
And offer you exactly the same kind of thing.
Yeah, purely for cosmetic purposes.
What about the
sort of
operating system? What is it running?
Well, it's running this Kin software.
Oh, okay.
It's not based off anything. It's its own phone.
I think you can say it's probably a derivative, a trimmed down version of the Win 7 phone operating system, as it shares similar features to it as far as its style and design is concerned.
They've made some comments saying they're going to keep them segregated. It's not going to. They're not going to turn it into WinPhone 7.
But you're gonna see some
But you're going to see
carryovers.
some carryover both ways.
Yeah.
Okay. See, that was my thing with it because I wasn't sure what it was using. Because even when I was reading the
wouldn't-
articles,
it's not WinPhone 7 based. Like, it's not a stripped down version of WinPhone 7 with different features.
Okay.
It's technically a unique operating system because it's based off what Danger had been writing.
Yeah.
right. Okay.
But they are going to do some integration, obviously, now that they own both platforms.
okay.
So I think, that's basically it's a different operating system, but I think they've taken some both design and functionality cues
Definitely
from
design
WinPhone
features,
7 at the very least. So we didn't have price points on it, I don't believe.
No, they haven't said anything. They haven't said much about carrier availability. They think they said UK carrier, like European carrier availability.
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot of information about availability,
America.
whether it's US or Canada or any kind of price points.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not even sure if they run on data plans. Do they browse the internet? I wasn't 100% sure because they never really touched on that.
But I
That
think
would be a
price
good
point's
question.
going to be big.
Yeah.
If it's more than $100, I think it's out.
Well,
I
I
think
heard.
that's probably what they're going to be aiming for, and I think the fact that both phones are the same, they'll probably come in the same,
same
forms,
price.
Yeah.
with the same dollar value, and you basically go, okay, well, do I want horizontal or do I want
Yeah,
pebble?
which is the way to do it.
Well, I was hearing rumors that it was going to be selling somewhere along the lines of it's supposed to be in the lower end of the price spectrum because they want it to be used for anyone who uses these social networks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they want it to be available to a lot of
The
people
thing is, you
very
want
quickly.
I think you want to aim this phone at everyone who has a dumb phone now.
Yeah.
It just wants a little bit more integration.
Yeah.
Exactly. And they kind of see this. It's a lower price point. Maybe there isn't that big data plan attached.
I think if I was to
Well-
guesstimate, I would say $49. I think that would be the target number for them to hit.
I think that would be a great number for them to
That
hit.
would be
Whether
a great
they'll
number.
Because I
release-
don't
there-
think the hardware is expensive enough for them to have
No,
to be
well,
more
okay, but
expensive than that.
no hardware is expensive enough for the prices.
Yeah.
Well, true.
But
But I mean, if the Palm Pre can be given away free
For
now,
free.
we should really be able to get the Kin for free.
yeah.
Anyway, we're going to move on to the next subject today, which is new MacBook Pros.
Not a lot to talk about here. Both these guys have MacBook Pros. He's running last gen. You're running 2 gens previous.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
It gets confusing with
I
Actually,
have the
he-
last gen pre-unibody, and he has last.
I was going to say he's actually a gen and a half, basically.
It's confusing because the 17-inch kind of revved a little bit differently than everything else.
yeah, it still does.
No, it didn't.
No, it didn't this time.
They changed. Technically, they changed all 3 models. Technically, so the only difference on the 13-inch model is they're boasting a 10-hour battery life, which I think they were boasting before.
Yes,
Yeah.
the battery hasn't changed. It's just the integrated graphics. that's
So
changed.
it's still Core 2 Duo on the 13-inch. It's now running a 330M chipset integrated. It's not a dedicated card on the 13.
So it's
a-
256 shared.
Yeah, shared,
Okay.
and that's it for the 13-inch. Nothing exciting there. On the 15 and 17, you have Core i5s.
Yes.
If you want a Core i7, that's only on the 15-inch model.
You can't get an i7 on the 17?
It's the top of the line 15-inch model. You
That-
can.
I'm surprised.
I should
think-
rephrase this. If you want a pre-built model, it's only on the 15s.
Okay.
You can upgrade to it on the 17.
Okay.
See,
But there's
I'm-
no model.
I'm very surprised at that because usually the 17 is the one that gets the huge overhaul.
Well, that being said, they did drop the 17's price point by about $300. I think to compensate by the fact that they weren't putting the i7
Yeah.
in as a default.
Oh, I see.
So
Try and make that 17 a more attainable price point for people that really did want the more screen real estate.
I see.
So other than that, they also switched to the 330 card, but that's a dedicated card.
Yeah.
So all the 15s and 17s come with, again, the dual graphics capability.
Yeah.
The
However, they've changed how the dual
Yeah.
graphics are handled now. Previously, if you wanted to go from integrated to dedicated, you had to log out and log back in and use the other one. Now it will. Now it's basically
it's on the fly.
it's on the fly. So if an application starts demanding more, the other one will kick in.
And from what I gather, it's kind of protocol based. So if I open something and it's looking for like something from the OpenGL library, it'll be like, boom, we shouldn't be doing this in onboard graphics. Let's boot up
let's boot
dedicated.
over.
And realistically, Apple's the company that's going to do this properly. So I think that's going to be a really good feature. Hopefully, save some battery life. So that you got the NVIDIA card with 256 and 512 variations, and the onboard's an Intel HD card.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And the
good.
last thing that they changed about it is they did bring back the option of having a matte screen for both the 15
Yeah.
and 17-inch models, as well as a slightly higher resolution display for the 15-inch model as an upgrade. So if you want to get the higher resolution display, it's $100, and it's an $150 if you want higher resolution and matte. And then the 17 comes in high definition, and it's an extra $50 for matte, which is what they used to do anyways.
Yeah. Wasn't bad.
A little more Apple news this week. They've officially said that the international iPad release is going to be delayed till likely the end of May. And that got confirmed by Rogers in Canada, said, yeah, we're going to have the iPad 3G model at the end of May. So don't look for an iPad internationally anytime soon. And I think this is going to be huge on eBay and things like that, because the Americans have, it's still in stock.
Yeah.
Still stuck in the States, so you're going to see a lot of Americans taking advantage of this.
Why wouldn't they?
Exactly.
And honestly, if you don't care about 3G, then there's no reason to
Yeah.
wait.
No,
Exactly.
definitely.
My question is this, though. Is it Rogers has it exclusive?
They have no idea.
No idea
I
yet?
doubt it.
Okay.
I doubt it very highly.
I was going to say, because judging how, because Bell's got the iPhone now.
No, everyone has the iPhone.
Yeah, okay, so everyone's got the iPhone. So I wouldn't see it as a point of just limiting
No,
to one.
I doubt it. It's possible,
Yeah.
but we don't know yet.
Okay.
No one else has said anything. But there's no official release date yet anyway, so that's that.
So from being released late to being cut off completely, if you were an original Xbox user and liked your Xbox Live account, well, last night it stopped working.
Tonight, actually.
Yep.
I was under the impression it was last night. I must have read the
tonight.
article earlier or something.
Thursday
Yeah.
night. So it's only like
Probably already done, actually.
2 hours left.
Oh, really?
Something like that.
I think it was a midnight last night or midnight tonight.
So if you want to play your, what was it, Halo 1?
2.
Halo 2.
If you want to play your Halo 2 online, you got a couple hours
So
left.
this turfs your original Xbox from online compatibility completely if you're still using that big brick. And if you want to play original Xbox games on your 360 online, you can't do that either.
Yeah.
It had to happen. I think the other than Halo 2, those games were not being played.
Probably
That
not,
seems
no.
kind of abrupt. Like, I mean, yeah,
It wasn't
was-
abrupt. They want. They have this. This is we talked about this month, like 2 months, like last month.
I
They've
think
announced
they've
it.
actually.
Yeah,
I think
actually,
they announced
it's
it
true.
last year that they were going to cut it
Oh
off
yeah,
within a
it's
year.
it's
or
been a
something.
big phase, and they're giving 400 Microsoft points to people who played Halo 2 and a free 3 months or something on their live account or whatever. So they're actually doing it. I mean, considering if you have to shut down a service, they're doing it right.
Yeah.
They're not just doing the usual.
Buy Halo 3 if you're still playing Halo 2. Seriously,
Yeah.
it's better. Yeah, I can feel the flame mails coming now.
I was going to say, just wait.
So to
be
counter all this, we talk about Apple a lot, we talk about Microsoft a lot. I'm going to bring some Linux news this week, because, well, it's not that much, but we talked about the Ubuntu One music store a while ago.
Yep.
That's now an open public beta. So if you want to try it out, it's DRM-free music. Apparently the library selection is pretty decent. If you want to try that out, you have to be running the 10.04 beta release.
Okay.
So you can download that at ubuntu.com. And check it out if you want. If this is something you're really interested in, it's great to see it's very integrated into the OS, similar to iTunes on Mac. I think is really the model they're building on. But it's good to see that not on Apple or Windows. Like so, you can have this integrated experience elsewhere. So it's nice to see.
Yeah, it's good to see
It's-
other companies
yeah.
do it.
Yeah, it's a really great idea.
So it's Ubuntu only, I'm pretty sure. But if you want to check it out, you have to be running the beta version.
You know what, though? If it is only Ubuntu, I don't see it taking long for someone else to decide to try
but
and push it.
Ubuntu is also easily the biggest Linux.
Oh,
chunk,
yeah, very much
if you
so.
exclude servers and professional.
I was going to say, for personal use,
Yeah.
it's possibly the
It's way easier.
biggest one.
Another big shooter, Fedora 13, that's coming out. So they're running Fedora 12 right now. Fedora revs a lot,
Yeah.
and in
Every
really
2
weird,
months. Almost every 2 months you can find a new rev.
well, not version,
No. But
because they're only on 13, and Fedora 10 was out like 6
yeah,
years ago.
It was. Yeah,
It's
Fedora 10.
it's non-consistent. Ubuntu's twice a year, same months,
Yeah.
April, October. Fedora is kind of whenever they have it. Fedora is the open source version of
Red
Red
Hat.
Hat, which is the big hitter in industrial, not industrial, but like commercial
company,
Linux.
yeah.
So Fedora 13, a few new features. They're toting printer compatibility and automatic printer selection. That is mind-blowing.
That's huge.
You ever tried to print in Linux?
Yep.
It's awful. It's worse than printing on a Mac. It just doesn't happen. So
Well, incidentally, they both use the cups
oh, I know
protocol,
it's the
but
same thing,
Linux
but
is just
there's no but apparently they're touting this great new printing system. So I'm looking forward to that because printing's really tough on Linux, and that's a big step over for people trying
That's-
to
that's
if you want
huge.
to try Linux and you like printing stuff. They're also touting better graphics support, which is a big thing because most of the time they kind of like, yeah, we can show stuff on your screen, but you try to do any graphics processing,
so
it
you're
just
not
doesn't.
going to do much more.
It's not built in that way. So there should be NVIDIA graphics processing. That's going to be cool. NVIDIA's been good about Linux drivers as opposed to ATI. And last thing, they're touting webcam support, better webcam support.
Once
which
again,
is
another big thing.
another big thing that's been tough in Linux. So they're really trying to pick it up to make it a more usable OS.
These are the 3 things, like we used it in school all the time. Those are the 3 things everybody fought with. Printing, graphics, and your webcam.
Yeah, it's
And-
the tough things that don't work out of the box.
Yeah.
So hopefully that'll be better. I'm going to try it out when we're not in beta because beta Linuxes get pretty rough,
Yeah.
as do beta of pretty much everything. So
beta
that's it for
Linux
Linux news. I'm going to try and keep throw some other random stuff in there. That's it from Tech Insight, and we're going to go behind the lens. Hey everybody, welcome to Behind the Lens. We've got a showdown coming for you later, but first, some Panasonic a Micro Four Thirds.
Yeah, so Panasonic announced this week that they were going to be making their AVG 100. AVG 100, which is a Micro Four Thirds based video camera. So that means the lenses that currently work on the G series of their cameras, their G1, GF1, GH1, and the new G2 and G10 that are coming out, will mount to this, as well as the adapters that also mount to those to use Leica lenses and things like that. It's designed to be a professional camera to compete with things like the Red camera and stuff like that. So the estimated retail price is going to be around $6,000 US. That's going to be with a lens. However, we are looking at, basically a film camera that's shooting high definition video. So you're going to get full aperture control, depth of field, shutter speed control, all that kind of stuff that you would normally expect out of like an SLR, but in a full production ready video camera. So
do you think this is really, are they really like going right after Red here, or?
I think it's designed to be a cheaper competitor to Red, honestly. I mean, it's not going to perform as well as the Red, I can guarantee that, but it's also, a quarter of the price of a starting point for a Red camera. So from that respect, on a side note, it's not really in the show today, but Sony, the day after, also announced that they were making something similar too. So we're definitely seeing the cameras push towards these SLR-style video cameras to really get that cinematic effects that, at a much cheaper dollar value than what everyone's used to, so that you can go and shoot your Hollywood film on a much smaller budget these days, which is pretty cool. Also happened this week, Adobe CS5 came out. That's the CS5 suite. Things like InDesign, Photoshop, Illustrator, Premiere, After Effects, everything.
All their big names, Rev, pretty much.
I'll briefly talk about some of the changes for Photoshop. CS5 has added the content-aware fill that we've reviewed that allows you to magically take things out. So all of us photographers are now out of a job.
And just look for all the ridiculous content-aware fill attempts that have already hit the internet.
Yes. As well, it's 64-bit compatible now, so if you're running Snow Leopard, you're going to get better performance out of it on a Mac, or if you're running Windows 7 64-bit, getting better performance when you're doing those bigger processing. Also, for Photoshop, they've got a new HDR feature. If you're someone that likes to do HDR but hasn't invested in something like Photomatics or anything like that currently do HDR, it's going to have some pretty good in-system HDR. There's a whole slew of other features, way too many to list. If you have CS4, maybe not worth upgrading to CS5. If you have CS3, it's definitely now's the time to go to CS5. There's a significant changes between what CS4 added and now what CS5 has added. Looking at the standard retail price of $1,000 for just Photoshop, the suites are more expensive. However, if you have CS2 or above, you can pay an upgrade fee, and it's substantially less to move into it. So if you've got one of those, do that, a lot cheaper, and you can get into great new software. So with that, we'll move on to the Almost Friday Showdown. We are doing high-def video cameras this week. Basically, these two are the top champions in their class, which is basically the high end of the consumer HD video cameras. We're looking at the Panasonic TM700 and the Canon HFS 200. I'm going to start off with the Panasonic TM700. This guy is a 3 MOS sensor, so it's using 3 CMOS chips. It's not technically CMOS because the C isn't in there, something like that. Anyway, really good low-light recording capabilities as well as good color reproduction because it has a dedicated chip for red, green, and blue, and then it compiles it all in post. You're looking at a 12 times optical zoom on it, as well as a 14 megapixel still mode. What's really nice about this camera is they've given you a whole slew of professional features on it. They give you the option of having this little adapter here that allows you to mount an extra mic or something like that, and if you don't want to use it, it comes right out, so that's kind of cool if you don't want to have the extra bulk on the camera.
And it should be noted before, you'll know why later, this is a fairly standardized mount.
Yes.
So
unfortunately, the Canon uses a proprietary mount, so you can't really do that. So that is one of the nicer features about the Panasonic. As well, you've got a fully adjustable focusing ring on this guy up front, as well as the ability to use an external microphone, obviously. Yep. They also give you a viewfinder on the back, which is something that's not very common these days on the video cameras. It's touchscreen on the screen itself to navigate some stuff, as well as having some hard buttons, so it's not completely touch required, which is sort of nice. 5.1 channel stereo recording on it. The big thing about this camera, though, it's the first camera that is running 1080 60p that can actually output 1080 60p directly to the television. Up until now, lots of cameras have recorded in 1080 60p, 1080 24p, 1080 30p, all that kind of stuff. But as soon as you plugged it in your TV, the cameras were only capable of outputting at 1080i. So you'd instantly lose the extra quality that you shot with, and you'd have to jump through hoops to actually get it by going to the computer and editing it and burning it to a Blu-ray disc and all that kind of stuff. Well, this guy is the first and currently only camera that supports direct 1080p out. So that's a big one for this guy. You're looking at a price point at $10.99 on the Panasonic, which is good. Comes with 32 gigabytes of internal memory,
storage,
as well as the option to
SD
use
card.
an SD card. So pretty good set of features on this one altogether. We'll move on to the Canon. The HFS 200 is also full high definition. It uses a single CMOS chip. Canon claims that they can accomplish the same with one chip as Panasonic can with three. Realistically, video quality between the two is pretty similar. They're both recording at 24 megabits per second, so good bit rate on the video. AVC HD codec for the video itself as well. So between the two, as far as choosing for video performance, they're both great options. You're looking at a 10 times optical zoom on this guy, 8 megapixel still, has a mic input as well, but again, if you want to use an external microphone, you're going to have to use a different mounting system because it will not mount to the top piece on this guy. Another quick thing to note is both of them support filters on the front of the camera. However, the Canon uses a 58mm ring, which is great for sort of standard photography filters, but it's a little bit harder to find some of the wide angle and teleconverting lenses for them, whereas the Panasonic uses 43, which is one of the most common sizes for video cameras. Again, you got some manual control with the Canon. You can manually focus, set some of your exposure, stuff like that. But the Canon does not output at 1080p, so again, you're going to have a little bit less video quality. The Canon is retailing for $1049 right now, but it has no internal memory, so no memory out of the box on it. However, it does run a 2 SD card slot, so you could put a pretty sizable amount of memory into it if you want to. Purely based on the fact that the video quality is the same, but the feature set is much better on the Panasonic. I really think that this guy is the clear choice. For $50 more, out of the gate, you got 32 gigs, and that's worth $50.
Yeah.
Not to mention, a whole bunch of slew of features. You were playing around with them. What did you think between the two?
Well, more or less, I don't know. I like having the viewfinder. That's a nice feature. I don't see why they don't include it a lot of the times. It was fun to play with. I really like having the extra mic mount. The 5.1 recording mic does absolutely nothing for me because it's not actually surround sound. The 1080p output's the big push. If I was going to come in there and be like, oh yeah, I can actually get 1080p out of that, because a lot of people, even though they don't fully understand all this kind of stuff, if they don't, they still know the difference between 1080p and 1080i. They're like, no, my TV has a P on it. I want to use that.
Yes.
I know, because my dad does that all the time. He's like, why is this not in 1080p? So that would be a big feature. This guy I found it a little nicer to hold. I got pretty big hands. The shape was weird on this. I didn't know where to put my thumb. This guy's a little bigger. I did like the screen on this a lot.
It is a bigger screen on the Canon.
The menu system is a really misleading and confusing and hard to get to. So the touchscreen implementation is much nicer on the Panasonic, but the Canon screen itself for actually shooting the video was much nicer.
So overall, I think at the end of the day, you'd probably still go with the Panasonic.
Yeah,
as well.
for the built-in memory and the 1080p mostly.
All right, well, that was the showdown. Panasonic TM700 is the winner of this round. And if you are looking for a top-of-the-line consumer HD camera, go check this guy out. We'll be right back with Sean's Mad Science.
It's kind of alive!
Nah, it's still dead.
Oh. Hi everyone, it's once again me and Dave with Mad Science.
Mad science!
As you can see, Dave even has something new.
Well, they're not really new. These are Sean's. I am giving them a test run today. But I really do like them. They're comfy as all get it, although they look kind of odd.
They look a little odd, but you know what, though? It's not bad. They work really well. What I would actually suggest is trying to see if you can get some that have the nice soft gasket around the outside.
I like the metal.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That's the
Anyway.
one thing I know bugs me. Well, anyway, so speaking of gaskets and whatnot, do you know what they protect you from?
I don't even know what a gasket is.
Well, sometimes they can protect you from moisture, vacuum, or air anyway. But things that are working in vacuum, well, robots now. And I need to make an apology to GM. Because, yeah.
Wow, I didn't know it was GM. You're going to have to... See,
Yeah.
I was like, we should totally start with an apology, and I didn't know it was GM you're going to have to apologize to. I'm sorry.
It's GM I'm going to have to apologize
All
to.
right.
So GM has recently worked with NASA to create Robonaut 2, or R2.
R2.
So, as
Which,
you can see,
I'm a big R2-D2 fan, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he's the only reason anyone in any galaxy far off got anything done.
true. However, this is looks more along the lines of, a bifurcated C-3PO. The whole idea, though, was that they could use this robot to help and assist the astronauts when it comes to repairs or just really daily work around the whole International Space Station, or even use them in the future to be our next unmanned probes, essentially. So instead of having, sending a person out there or sending one of those little dumb probes, like Voyager, you can consider Voyager 1 and Voyager 2 a dumb probe.
Okay.
They just kind of send out information when they see a planet. Great thing, because it allowed us to explore all of the solar system. Well, not all of it, a lot of it.
For what they were pretty amazing.
They were.
like in
excellent
terms
machines.
of like their information gathering, and ta-da, they did it. I think beyond certainly my expectation.
They're still alive, which is the amazing part.
Lots of really cool stuff. If you don't know about it, there's a BBC series called Planets.
Yeah, I think so.
Excellent. I highly recommend it. Do whatever you got to do. I iTunes it. You don't have to do that. I'm sure there's another way of
But
doing
it's
it.
pretty good.
Really good. Anyway, they
But-
did talk a bit about that. Anyway, back to R2.
Sorry. So the whole
Yes,
thing.
you should apologize.
Yeah,
'cause
the thing I want to apologize for is I saw R1 when they first announced it. R1 was atrocious. Had mechanical problems up the hoop. Its dexterity was terrible. It is essentially, it was akin to, a car, an automotive industry robot, which created by GM.
like the big things.
The
that
great
they
big
put
arm that
Okay,
just-
okay, I know the ones you're talking about now. Yeah, yeah.
However, R2 is also may have its future there as well in the automotive industry. Essentially cutting out humans because it's so dexterous. R2 is really, really amazing for its dexterity. The fingers are so delicate. The arms have got such great articulation. They showed it in the video in the article, which is in the show notes. There's a link to the article. They show it opening up a flap with those weird turny clasps. You know what I mean? You put it's got the eyelet, and then it has the piece inside.
Oh,
and you
yeah,
turn it,
yeah, okay,
and
yeah,
it
yeah.
locks it.
Is
Shows
it a
it.
butterfly clip?
I think this was
I
called.
can't remember. Anyway.
But it opens that, lifts up the flap, pulls out an envelope, and opens the envelope, and pulls a letter out of it, a piece of paper out of it. It's such a beautiful thing.
That's cool to watch. Yeah.
If I guess I don't think my Twitter account has been showing up on the show. I'm not quite sure. Either way, it's I'm basically at S_division for Twitter. I tweeted about it earlier today. It literally brought a tear to my eye. It was such a beautiful machine to watch.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, and it's beautiful.
See,
and
Sean does have a heart. It's
Robotic heart.
yeah, it's kind
Yeah,
of
okay.
kept in it's kind of kept in my sock drawer at home, but that's
Okay.
fine. But anyway,
cool stuff though.
yeah, very cool,
Yeah.
very dexterous, very neat. Keep an eye out for this. This could be really cool.
Awesome.
The other one I want to talk to you about is something that is very, very interesting to me, and I really feel for this guy. This guy, Sam Toto, is a student in the Republic of Togo in Africa. This young man has basically scrounged up materials and electric components from old TVs and whatever else he could find, and built himself a robot. So essentially it's made of cardboard, duct tape, and these components.
I love the idea of a bits and pieces robot, which it's not steampunk. It's almost there though.
Exactly. But you know what? It's an amazing feat. He's doing this so he can try and help inspire other Africans and other people to get interested in science and education. Because he's just showing, this is what I can do, because I put my mind to it, I was very interested in it, and it's wonderful for a first attempt. It's able to walk forward in one direction. It can't go backwards, but it is able to detect if there's something in front of it. Can't really do much with it, but it can detect it.
Okay.
His his revision 2, however, he's trying to make it so it's a little more autonomous, so they can walk around on its own. And also, he wants it to basically greet people as they were to come in. So he wants to be able to have it to see or detect a person and wave.
So kind of like a social butler, kind of.
Sort of.
Cool.
And
Neat.
but like I said, he's doing this.
The robot revolution is starting here.
It is
All
starting.
right. Well, in Africa.
Yep.
Who would have thought in Africa? I assumed,
Mm-hmm.
as I think a few other people did, Japan or the States, because they're the States.
Yeah. But this young man has done it, and it's to create awareness for science and education. And I think it's a great feat. Check this out. I haven't seen anything that helps to otherwise promote this. He's not looking for donations or anything like that. But if he was, there'd be money, because it's a wonderful idea. So check him out. Once again, the content is in the show notes. Give it a look. And that's all for Mad Science.
All right, folks, it's your favorite time of the show. It's the Law of the Week. Woo! Sean, what are we talking about today?
Today we are going to be bringing up some Canadian content from, I don't know, one of my
Victoria,
favorite.
BC.
Victoria, BC. And they are probably one of my favorite online comedy troupes.
They're great.
Yeah.
I love them.
Loading, Ready, Run.
You may have heard of them.
Yes, probably. So what we're bringing you today is an instructional video on how to be a son of a bitch.
Hi there, I'm Matt Wiggins, and over the next half hour, I'm going to teach you how you too can be a real son of a bitch. My tried and tested method promises results every time. All you have to do is follow these 3 easy steps, and you too can experience the wonder of being a real son of a bitch from the comfort of your own home. Step 1. Use my toothpaste. It's that easy. All you have to do is, whenever you feel like it, use my toothpaste. Never use your own toothpaste, ignoring the fact that it's right there, a mere 3 inches from my toothpaste. Or maybe you think you've used up all your toothpaste, but are just too incredibly lazy to go to the store, which is across the street. You pass it every day on your way to work and again on your way home. No, even then, you should use my toothpaste. And something to remember when you're using my toothpaste is not to squeeze from the bottom. Always squeeze from the middle of the tube. And if you want to make extra sure that you're going to be a real son of a bitch, then never, ever put the cap back on.
So hopefully you all learned how to be a real son of a bitch in 3 easy steps. I don't know about you, but I feel more learned now.
Who uses other people's toothpaste? That's just,
Yeah,
like, really?
it's not even. I don't mind if you use it. Put the cap back. Don't do what they did in that video.
And, like, that guy's got, like, near denture paste. I don't know what that's
Oh
about.
God, no! I've had to use that.
Denture paste?
Yeah, it's essentially a high fluoride toothpaste. If
Don't-
you've ever broken a tooth, they'll give it
If
to
you
you.
have dentures, just use the cup and the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's easier, trust me.
So, since when did you have dentures?
Let's not let's not go down that road. So it's that time. We're going to wrap up the show real quick. If you want to contact us, you can do so at our email address, which is contact@almostfridayshow.com. We're also on Twitter. All the hosts are on Twitter. And but if you want to follow show updates when new episodes release, when the audio show comes out, things like that, you can follow us at almost_Friday. You can find all this and more, and our live stream. So starting this week, we're doing it right now. We're gonna stream the show live. Now it's not what you see edited. It's us. It's the whole recording. In between the takes, the retakes, the craziness that goes on. So if you want to check out Almost Friday Show behind the scenes,
Sorry, just one question. So you mean people are watching us right now?
right now.
But I'm not wearing any pants.
So if you want to check that out next week, we record about 9 o'clock on Thursdays, and you can check it out at almostfridayshow.com/stream. So check it out if you want to check out behind the scenes. And as always, you can find the show notes on the blog at almostfridayshow.com. And that about wraps it up this week. Sean's not wearing any pants, folks.
It's breezy.
Have a good night.